Okay, students, welcome back. Today, we are going to continue working with whole notation. All right, we did something like this with Autodesk Inventor last time, OER 10. By the way, OER stands for Open Education Resources. So all the material that Mr. Morris is creating and you are duplicating for all intents and purposes will be shared with other institutions free of charge. They get to use the material. So we want to make sure that our presentations are decent enough to be shared with other friends. Okay. So we're going to continue on doing this, but we're going to use AutoCAD today. We're going to do AutoCAD, and we're also going to learn how to use layers in AutoCAD. All right, so it should be a lot of fun. I know that many of y'all are starting to see the difference between AutoCAD and Inventor. And if you're like me, you probably like Inventor better. But here's the problem. What happens if you get hired by an employer and they don't use Autodesk Inventor, they use AutoCAD. So you need to be proficient in both Inventor and AutoCAD. Okay, that's why I do this. But today we're going to learn something new. We're going to learn how to create the same geometry, and we're going to do it in layers. And in addition to that, we are going to learn how to hatch. Remember, this was a section view problem, and we learned how to show the internal details of a part, but it's imaginary. It's not a real cut. It's an imaginary cut to show the machinist what the part looks like inside the part. Okay, that's why we do it. All right, so without further ado, I've given for the students online, all you have to do is go back and look at the last part that we did, OER 10, and make a copy of that, and then you're going to draw that in AutoCAD, okay? Because if you were here in my face-to-face class, I would be giving you one of these, okay? So make sure you print that out. All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen. This will take a little bit longer than how much it's going to take longer to do this in AutoCAD than it would with Inventor, okay? But that's okay. All right, we're going to go to new. Oh, wait a minute. Anyone see the mistake Mr. Morris has made already? I have Inventor open. Let me stop my share. I apologize. Need to go to AutoCAD. So give me just a second. I'm going to open up AutoCAD. Mr. Morris likes doing things the easy way. Give me just a second. Sorry about that. All right, we'll try this again. All right, so we're going to share my screen. And there you go. I have AutoCAD open. So go ahead and select open. And actually cancel that. Select new. There we go. I'm going to close this Drawing Recovery Manager out. Close that out right there. So here's your screen. Now, if you notice, when AutoCAD first comes up, there's a grid here. See a grid? Maybe you don't like using the grid. So you can turn the grid off. If you type in GRID, grid, and then select enter, and then type in OFF, enter, notice that your grid is gone. Okay. It's a personal preference. If I want to turn it back on, type in grid, and then type in on. If I want to adjust the grid, I can type in grid, Right now, you see it's 0.5. You can make it smaller than that. Like type in 0.25 if you want to. And see how the grid has changed. This helps some people as a drawing aid. Mr. Morris, I mean, it helps me a little bit, but I don't really need it. Lots of times I just cut it off. So I'm gonna type in grid. And I'm gonna type in, make it 0.5 again. All right, so that's the default. All right, now we want to be able to, give me just a second here. Where are you hiding that? Sometimes this thing is blocking my, hang on just a second. I'm checking out something here. There we go. All right. Sometimes when I get away from AutoCAD, because I use AutoCAD and I use Inventor, I get a little rusty. I apologize for that. So on your menu right here, you will see layer properties. Click on layer properties, okay? And click on this little icon. It's hard to see right here. New layer. Click on new layer. All right. Now, we're going to call this layer visible lines. Call it visible lines. All right, now, see where it says visible lines here? Now, over here where it says color, click on that. And we're going to make it, I don't know, let's make it red. Red is good. Select OK. You see now, look, we've named a layer and it's red. Okay. And we're current in that layer. Now, we need another layer for the holes. Okay. So watch this, create layer. And I'm going to type in holes. Notice I'm using all capital letters. You don't have to here. You don't have to here. All right. And I'm going to make the holes. What color y'all make the holes? Green? Make them green. Select OK. All right. So I think that's good for right now. We need one more layer. One new layer for dimensions. You can just abbreviate DIMS, D-I-M-S. And let's just go ahead and keep that white. That's okay. All right, so I have 3 new layers: visible lines, holes, and dims. Were you successful in doing that? Okay, I see thumbs up it. That's good. All right, now to get current, to get current in the layer, we have to click on that layer. If you double click, notice there's a check mark. What if I want to get current in holes? Double click on that layer. What if I want to get current in dims? Double click on that layer. All right, you're going to see the beauty of this a little bit later. So I'm going to create some visible lines first. So go ahead and double click on that and close out the menu box, the dialog box. Close it out. All right, now come up here. We're going to go to line. We're going to use line and click about right here on the screen. Now, notice it's already red. Why? It's because we assigned a red color to that layer. We assigned the red color to that layer. Now, you remember the other day I told you there was a hotkey you could hit so that you make your lines perfectly horizontal or perfectly vertical. Okay, so hit the F8 button. Look what happens. Isn't that beautiful? Makes nice, beautiful straight lines. So this piece that we're going to draw is 8 inches long. I'm drawing the top view first. So it's 8 inches. So type in 8, enter. All right, then I'm going to go up this way, and it is 1.5 inches vertical. Enter. I'm going to come back this way, 8 inches. Type in 8. Now watch what happens. I'm going to zoom in, and it's going to snap. It's going to snap to that endpoint. Click. Do a right click, select enter. Raise your hand if you got that. Cool. All right. So that is the top. That's the top view. We're still in this layer, okay? We're still in this layer. I'm going to use the offset right here on your modify. You have an offset button. That is not so obvious, though. That's not obvious to some people. So Mr. Morris has memorized most of the commands in AutoCAD since I've been doing this since like 1992. Again, that was probably before some of y'all's parents were born. I'm going to type in offset, enter, and I'm going to type in 2 inches here, enter. And I'm going to click on this line. And I want to say, now this is very important. Which side do I indicate on? You want to indicate down here. Click, enter. So you indicated below because we're going to draw the front view down here. Now, we can pick up where we left off, go to the line. And we're going to click on this endpoint. We're going to come down 1 inch. We're going to come this way, 8 inches. And we're going to come back up here and we're going to snap, click, right click, enter. All right, raise your hand if you have this geometry. Only one person? Okay. Hopefully more, pardon? What are these dimensions down here? Oh, I use 2. I'll stop here and give you a breather just for a second. Sebastian, you with us? Michael? Am I? I say it right today? She said, yeah, about time, Mr. Morris. All right, now I want to show you something. Are you there, Steve? Almost. Let me know if you still need some dimensions, okay? I offset this 2 right here, and I went down 1, 8, and back up 1 again. All right, my good friends, I'm going to go back to layers for a minute. Go back to layers. I want you to notice this little drop down right here. See this little drop down right here? It tells me that I'm currently in invisible lines. See that? Well, look, turn off the light bulb here. If you click on that light bulb, and it says the current layer will be turned off, say turn the current layer off, it's gone. If I want to turn it back on, click on that light bulb. Okay. Now I want to do some holes. So arrow down and click on holes. Now we are active in the hole layer. All right, what I'm going to do is draw a construction line. I'm going to go to line, and I'm going to click right here at this intersection. Click, and then click, enter. Now, I didn't give it a desired length. I'm just using it as a construction line. I'm going to offset this line. Type in offset, enter. Type in the dimension 1, enter, and we're going to click on this line. And we're going to click on this side. We're going to just keep clicking. We're going to click it again, and then over this way. That's 2, 3, 4. Because the first 4 is 1 inch apart. So 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Enter. Now we're going to type in offset again. There's a reason why I'm laying these out this way. Offset 1.25, enter. Click on this line, indicate over here. Click on this line, indicate over here. And then our very last one, you have to enter to get out of that mode. Type in offset, enter, type in 1, enter, click on the line, and indicate on this side, enter. All right, now, what I want to do is I want to extend all these lines. Actually, probably, yeah, up to this point here. So type in the word extend, E-X-T-E-N-D, and enter. And I want to extend this line. Click on these lines. They're going to extend to the next line that intersects. And then hit enter. Enter gets you out of that mode, right? I no longer need this line here, so I'm just going to click on that, hit delete. Am I going too fast? What do you think I want to do next? I want to trim up these lines here. So you can go to this pair of scissors right here where it says trim, and you can click, click, click all the way across here. Again, these are still construction lines, Michael. They're still construction lines. Going from left to right, we want to locate our holes, and we're going to use circles to create our holes. So on the menu bar, go up there and arrow down where it says circle and select center diameter. Now watch. Look what happens as I approach the midpoints of those lines. It tells you the exact center of those lines. It should. If yours doesn't, raise your hand. As you move the cursor near these lines, you'll see a little triangle appear that tells you that is the midpoint of the lines. Does everyone see that? Well, since no one is saying anything, I assume you're good. All right. So I'm still in the circle mode. I'm going to click right here with this triangle. Click, and I want to drag out a diameter here. And the diameter of this hole is 0.375. Enter. All right, very good. You created your first hole. All right, now the next hole, we're going to come over here. We're going to draw another circle, center diameter, click on the midpoint, and we're going to drag this out, and we're going to make this 0.375 as well. All right, now the next hole is a tapped hole. Mr. Morris needs to look up the tap drill size, and I'm doing that right now on my phone. I'm looking up the tap drill size for 1/2 13. 1/2 is the diameter, 13. Unified National Course. It's a tap drill size. Before you can tap the hole, my phone's not letting me do it. Hang on. I'm going to stop my share just for a minute. Hang on tight. And I'm going to go do a search. Tap drill size for 1/2 13 UNC. 1/2 is the diameter, 13 threads per inch. Unified National Course, enter. And we're going to have to, this is a chart here. Let's see if this gives us anything. No, that's not what I want. I don't want to buy a tap drill. All right, look here. So that my students online can see this. I found a tap drill chart online, and the size I need right here, look where my cursor is, 1/2 13, and the outside, the major diameter is 0.5, and the minor diameter is, well, we want the drill size, which is 27/64. Okay. So you have to go all the way across on this table to find out that the tap drill size is 27/64. All right. 20. Remember that because Mr. Morris will forget. 27/64. So I'm going to stop the share. And I'm going to reshare my CAD screen. And we're on the third hole. Remember, on the third hole, we're going to go to the center diameter, and we're going to click here, and you can actually type in a fraction. Type in 27 divided by 64, enter. All right. Now, we have to make another hole here because, or another circle, because you represent a tapped hole with two circles. The outer circle is going to be a hidden line, and the inner circle will be a solid line. So we're going to go to circle, center diameter, and we're going to click right there again. This time, we're going to make it 0.5, enter. All right. Now, if you forget which hole is which, you can type in the word list, L-I-S-T, enter, and you can click on that circle there, enter, and it says it's what? Has a radius of 0.25. So that's the outer circle is my 1/2 inch diameter. So Mr. Morris, look here, I have two circles. They're concentric. One represents the tap drill, and the other one represents the hole that's going to make the tapped hole, which is a 1/2. Now, we're going to have to change the line type for this circle here. So we're going to type in change. We've seen this before. Type in change, enter. And we're going to select this circle right here, only that one. Enter. Type in LT for line type, enter. Whoops, I didn't like that one. You know why? Because I got to type in P for property. I'm sorry. Type in P, enter. I'm going to do this again, line type, and I'm going to type in hidden. Enter, enter. All right, now watch. I'm going to undo that and do it again. Type in the word change. Enter. What do you want to change? I want to change this circle. Enter. All right, now this is where I made the mistake previously. I'm going to type in a P for property. Enter. And I'm going to type in LT here for line type. And we're going to make it hidden. So you type in the word hidden, enter, enter again. Raise your hand if you'd like me to do that again. We'll do it again. You could talk louder.
I have a question.
Do what now? Yeah, let me just kind of walk over there just for a second. Hang on, I'll be right back. So you're, let me see your mouse. So when you draw your first circle. Oh, I see. Your snap, so type in O snap, OSNAP. Enter. And you want to pick midpoint. Yes. Okay. Another circle. If you're having trouble with the snap, are you having the same problem? No. Half. The inner one was, the inner circle was 27/64. The inner circle was 27/64. The outer circle was a half. Okay. So who all was absent today? Okay, we okay with the third hole now? Let's review. This first hole was what? 3/8, 0.375. This one was 0.375, right? This inner circle was 27/64, and the outer circle was a half. All right, now we're going to do another one, right? Go to circle, center diameter, and click on this line. We're going to drag it out. The diameter for this one, the outer one, is going to be 1 inch. It's going to be 1 inch. It's a large circle, but we have a smaller circle in the middle. And that one is 0.375. When we do those again, you have to let me know. Raise your hand if you want me to do it again. So that means you're with me. Okay. All right. The next one, we got one more to do here. We're going to go to circle, center diameter. We're going to click right here and we're going to drag this out. And this is also 1. Enter. And we're going to draw another circle at the center of that one. And we're going to drag out 0.375, enter. Okay. Very good. So we have a through, this is a blind hole, this is a through hole, this is a tapped hole. This is actually going to be a counterboard hole when we're done. This is a spot face hole. And now we're going to do a countersink. Go to circle, center diameter, and look, click right here at that location. And we're going to make the first hole, or the first circle, I mean, 0.75. All right, and then we're going to make the smaller one. All right. We're going to make this 0.375. Now the last hole is a little trickier, okay, because we can do our outer hole. The outer hole is going to be 0.75. Or I keep saying hole, but I mean circle. The outer circle is 0.75. And I need to go look up the tap drill size for a 5/16. So I'm going to stop my share here just for a moment. And I'm going to go back. And I'm going to share. We need one for 5/16, 18 right here. 5/16, 18. The tap drill size is F. Okay, now that's a letter drill. We need to know what size the F drill is. Because of time, we're going to use this basic minor diameter threads right here. Instead of F, we're going to type in 0.2524. Okay, 0.2524. Okay. So we're going to go to circle, center diameter, 0.2524. All right. Now, we're going to put another circle there. That's 5/16, 5 divided by 16. All right. Now that outer circle that you see right there needs to be hidden. Has to be a hidden line. So we're going to change, enter. We're going to click on this circle, enter. Oops. Sorry, I have to hit the escape because it didn't work well there. Type in change, enter, click on that circle, enter, type in P for property, enter. We're going to change the line type LT, and we're going to type in hidden, enter, enter. All right. So we have our circles laid out here. We have our circles laid out. We don't need these lines anymore. We don't need these lines anymore. So I'm going to type in the letter E, enter, and I'm going to click on these lines. Enter. Now, hopefully you have something that looks like this. All right, now we need to use our method of projection. We need to use our method of projection, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to line. Now look, I want it to snap to the side of the circle. Mr. Morris is not doing that. Yes. So We have to type an offset first. So let's type in offset. Oh, you know why? Because you're working at a different place. You're in the green area now. Draw a line. Draw a line here. Why do you wanna? You got that laid out perfectly. Why are you trying to offset? You got that line 2 inches down. Now you draw a line 1 inch, 8 inch, 1 inch. Click, go down 1 inch, enter, go to the right 8 inches. All right, so this is what we have right now. And we need to start projecting lines downward. We need to start projecting lines downward. So go to OSNAP, type in OSNAP, 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 enter. Sorry, I had to hit the escape to get out of that mode. Type in OSNAP. And I want to make sure quadrant is turned on. Quadrant. Select OK. Now, type in L. You don't have to keep going up here selecting line. You can type in the letter L. Enter. Now watch. Watch what happens. See how it snaps to the side of the circle. Click. And I want you to drag a line just like this all the way down. Click. Enter. Draw another line. Look, it's going to snap. Take it all the way down. Click. Enter. I don't care how long you make it. Just make sure you pass this red line here. We're going to do that again. Line. Click. Come all the way down. Click. Enter. Now, if yours is not snapping again to that edge, you have to type in OSNAP. You have to make sure you turn that on. That snap on is quadrant. Select OK. Otherwise, it's not going to snap to that quadrant. So line, see how it snaps to that quadrant? Come on down, click, enter. Now we have 2 circles we have to do it for. So we're going to go to line, look. We're going to do the outer circle first. And we're going to do this side. All right. We're going to do the same thing for the rest of the circles. Line, click, drag, click. 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 And by the way, if you don't know, I'm entering at the end to get me out of that mode. So one more time, I go to line. I'm going to snap to the quadrant, drag the line down, click, and then enter. And then go to line, do it again. Drag your line down, click, enter. Line, click, drag, 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 click, enter. Line, and by the way, I'm zooming in and out with my scroll wheel as needed. Click, drag, click, enter. Line, click, drag, click, enter. Line, click, drag, click, enter. Hit the escape a couple times, and you know that you're out of that mode. Raise your hand if you're able to do it. I'll give you some time. Wow, you guys doing good if you're keeping up with me. That's awesome. All right, we want to start cleaning things up a little bit here. All right, so what we can do to get rid of some of this clutter is I'm going to show you a neat trick here now. You can do trim, right? And you can just come in here and click on all these lines. That's probably the easiest way for you to do it. There's another way that's easier, but I don't want to confuse you right now. I'm getting rid of all these lines. After I click on trim, right? After I click on trim, it's allowing me to do this. Okay, it's trimming the lines for me. Now, these little extras up here, we need to erase those. Type in the letter E for erase, enter, and I'm going to click on these lines. We don't need these lines any longer. Should look like that. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to trim the bottom. So type in trim, enter, and we're going to click here. Click these lines. And again, there are easier ways to do this, but sometimes it's best to learn. I hit enter. All right, now there's some things we have to do with these lines, okay? We're going to work with the first three holes first. All right, do me a favor. We're going to work with these three holes first, but down here in the front view. I want you to type in the word change, enter, and I want you to click on this line, 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 this line. Enter. Type in P for property, enter, and select line type, and you're going to type in the word hidden. Enter, enter. Okay, I'm going to do mine again in case you missed it. Type in the word change, enter. I'm going to select this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, this line. First three holes, enter. Now, we want to type in P for property, and we want to type in or select line type here, and we want to type in hidden. Enter, enter. Because you can't see those holes from the front view. The hidden lines indicate that there's a hole going all the way through the part, basically. All right, now I want to work with this hole here. Now this is a little tricky. So what I want to do now, because this is a countered board hole. This is a countered board hole, and it tells me the depth. Pay attention now, very clear. Make sure you're paying attention here. The depth of this counter bore is 1 inch. Now, watch. I'm going to draw a construction line right here. Just a simple construction line. And I'm going to offset that 1/2 inch, 0.5, enter. So I'm going to click on this, come down, enter. All right. Mr. Morris, why are you drawing those lines out there like that? Well, what I want to do is I want you to click on this line right here. Click on it. You'll see these 3 little grips that come up. Click on this grip and stretch it all the way across to about right here. Enter. I'll do it again. Click on the line. There's 3 little grips. Click on this grip. Drag it all the way over to about right here. Click. Enter. Now, what I'm really doing is I'm working on this hole right here. So I got to be careful. This line and this line are the outer circle. The smaller lines is inner circle. So make sure you're working with this line, this line, this line, and this line only. Only those 4 lines. Okay. Go to trim. And I'm going to trim this line and this line. Good. Go to trim again. And I'm going to click here. And I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here and here. Enter. Now, what I want to do is erase, type in E, and I want to erase this line and this line. I don't need them anymore. That's my countered board hole. Now I'm going to type in change, enter, and I'm going to click on this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line. I selected the lines I want to change. I'm going to enter. I'm going to type in P for property, enter. I'm going to type in LT for line type, enter, and I'm going to type in hidden, enter, enter. Now it's a hidden line, as it should be. Okay. Now we got to go and we got to look at the next hole. This is a spot face. By the way, spot face looks a lot like this hole here, but the only difference is the depth. We're gonna recess the head of the bolt here. On the other one, we want to give a seat for the bolt. Okay, we're not gonna recess the entire head of the bolt. And we're going to use a depth of a 1/16. So we're going to offset, enter, 1 divided by 16, enter, click on this line right here, and we're going to come down a little bit. Now, enter. See, we're not going down very far, right? In fact, I would like to go a little further than that. So I'm going to erase this line. You can click on it and hit delete. I'm going to type in offset, enter, and I'm going to type in 0.125, enter, click on that line, and then indicate below, not above, but below. Click, enter. Click on this line, and we're going to drag this out all the way over to here. About right here. Click, enter. Now, we need to use our trim function here again. So go to trim, and I'm going to click here, 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 and here. Enter. And now I'm going to delete this line. Type in E, enter, click on this line, and it's gone. Okay. Now I want to change these lines to hidden. So type in change, enter, select the lines you want to change. Enter, type in P for property, enter, type in LT, which is line type, enter, and you're going to type in hidden. Enter, enter again. All right, the next two holes are a little trickier, but I want to do this end one first because it's kind of the same. I want to do the end hole first. All right, so it goes down a depth of quarter. So type in offset, enter, type in 0.25, enter, click on this line and indicate downward. Click, enter. I hope you're keeping up with me. If not, you can go back and watch this video. I'm going to click on this line, and I'm going to click on this grip, and I'm going to drag it over like this, right about right there. Click, enter. Okay. Now we got to trim this up. Go to trim. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here, 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 and here. Enter. By the way, my trim didn't take right here. Let me try that again. There you go. Enter. Now I'm going to type in E, enter, and erase this line. Enter. Now I want to, I'm going to type in change. Again, I'm showing you the hard way of doing this. Enter, select these lines. Again, Mr. Morris is showing you the hard way first. Enter, type in P for property, enter, type in LT for line type, enter, type in hidden, enter, enter again. All right, so we have all the holes so far. Now we have to do, this one's a little tricky here. Okay, this is a little tricky because it is a countersink hole. And it says that the angle with the countersink hole is 82 degrees. Now, what that means is we have to change the angle of our cursor. We have to change the angle of our cursor. Now, do me a favor. Type in the word snap angle. Snapang, S-N-A-P-A-N-G. Enter. And I want you to type in the angle of 41, which is half of the 82. Enter. All right, then I want you to come here, type in L for line, enter, click here, and look. Drag a line, click, enter. Have I lost you? I'll undo it. The first thing I did is typed in the word snap ang, which is snap angle. Enter. And it says, right now we're at 0 degrees. Well, I want 41 degrees. Enter. And I want to go type in line or L, enter. And you can click right here and drag it down to about right there. Click, enter. Now I'm going to type in snap angle 0. And this time I'm going to type in snap angle. Got to spell it right. -41 degrees. Enter. Line. And I'm going to click right here. And I'm going to drag it down like this. Click. Enter. Type in snap angle. And then put in the value of 0. Enter. Now we have to simply clean this up. I don't need this line. I can erase this line and I can erase this line. Enter. I'm going to trim this, 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 this. Enter. I got like a little part of a line there. I just erased. Then I'm going to take a line and I'm going to go straight across from here to there. Enter. I'm going to type in change. Enter. I'm going to select this line, this line, this line, this line, this line. Enter. Type in P for property. Enter. Type in LT for line type. Enter. Type in hidden line. Enter. Enter again. Now, I'm going to erase this line. Now, I got a feeling that some of y'all were not able to keep up, but maybe you were able to do some of it. And by watching this video again, you would be able to knock this out without a problem. What I want to show you now, though, is we do have to work on this hole down here. We do have to work on this hole, right? So it says this hole goes 3/4 of an inch deep. So I'm going to draw a line right here at this intersection, straight across, arbitrary distance, click, enter. Then I'm going to offset, enter, 0.75, enter. And I'm going to offset this line downward, enter. I'm going to stretch this line to about right there, enter. Now I'm going to do my trim here, 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 enter. Now I'm just going to assume that my drill has a 60-degree angle here. Okay, so I'm going to type in snap angle 30 degrees, and I'm going to go line. Look, I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to drag a line this way. Click, enter. I'm going to turn snap angle minus 30 degrees, and I'm going to draw a line from here over this way. Enter. Do you know what that represents by any chance? Any guess? So it's the tip of the drill. That's the tip of the drill. All right, I'm going to put snap angle back to 0. And I'm going to delete these lines here. And I'm going to change this line, this line, this line, enter, type in P for property, LT for line type, hidden, enter, enter again. So it's hidden. All right, now Mr. Morris is very happy. Whew. I hope you have all the holes. Now we have to start dimensioning this. The first part is pretty easy. But before we do that, look, we got to go change layers. See here, layers. We're going to go to dims right here. It should be white now. So go to annotate right here. And we're going to come over here to center mark. Click on this. And what I want you to do is click on the outside edge of each one of these circles. The outside edge, each one of these circles. Enter. Now what I want, those are called center marks. Now we need to have center lines for each one of these holes. Sometimes they're called bisector center lines from Inventor. You remember that. So we're going to go to center line and I'm going to click, watch. Click this line, this line. Don't worry about how long it is yet. Enter. Click this line, 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 enter. And then click this line, enter. All right, hit escape a couple times to get out of that mode. Now all I'm going to do is stretch my lines a little bit. I'm going to click on this line and I'm going to stretch it down some. I might have went too far with that one. All right. This one looks good. This one here, I'm going to stretch. I'm going to click on it and drag it down some. You might have to go one way or the other. All right, all the central lines are there. Now we have to come in here and start adding some dimension. Now this is where it gets kind of tedious compared to what we've done before. So I'm going to type in the word leader, Leader, enter. And look, I'm going to move my cursor so it's near right here. Type in the word near, enter, and then take your mouse and click about right there. Now, Mr. Morris is only going vertical, horizontal. Well, cut off your F8. Cut off your F8. And I like the arrow size. That's good. I'm going to click and I'm going to go across this way. You can hit F8 back on if you want to make it perfectly horizontal. Click, enter. Now it says enter the first line of text. Well, I'm going to type in, very careful here, percent C space 0.38. And then we're going to type in DP 0.75. Enter again. What does that mean? That looks a little bit different than our drawing from, look, if I double click on this, when you make your diameter symbol, it's percent C. That's how you make your diameter, so percent C. Depth, DP is depth. We don't have a symbol here. We're not using symbols because you might see it written out this way. And then click anywhere on the screen. That one's done. Okay, type in leader, enter. Type in near, right there, click. You have to cut F8 off. I usually like to make these about the same angle, roughly. I'm gonna go about right there. Click, turn F8 on just for a minute. click, enter, and this is going to be percent C space 0.38 space, and then type out the word THRU, enter, enter again. That means it's a 3/8 diameter hole that goes all the way through. That is how you spell it too. It's not misspelled. That is the abbreviation for the word through, because the hole goes what? It goes all the way through the part. All right, here we go. Gonna type in liter, enter. We're gonna type in near, NEAR, enter. Do it about right there. Click, turn off F8. Make it about the same angle. Make it about the same angles of the other two. Click, turn on F8 just for a second. Click, enter, and we're going to make this 1/2 dash, or the minus sign, 13 space UNC. Enter, enter again. Okay, we are making some good progress here. I'd like to try to get this wrapped up here in about 20 minutes. We're going to type in liter, enter, get close to the circle here. Let's type in near, enter, move it right there. That's near the circle. Click. What we have to do, hit F8. And we're going to come up with about right here. Click, turn on F8 just for a second. Click, enter, and this is going to be percent C space 0.38 space THRU. Enter, enter again. Now, here's a little trick I got to show you. Copy that, copy this text, enter, click. Let me show you how to do that again. I went kind of fast, I'm sorry. Type in CP for copy, enter. Click on the text you want to copy, click, enter. Indicate anywhere on the screen, click, drag it down, click, enter. Now type in DD edit, and click on this. And we're going to make this C bore, which stands for counter bore. Percent C space 1.00 DP, delete through. We're going to make this 0.5. Oh, not 0, this is 0.50. 0.50. Click on the screen, anywhere, enter. I hope you got that one. That was a little tricky. We got 3 more holes to do. And we'll go type in liter. Enter. Type in near. Enter. Click on that edge. Hit F8, right? Look. I don't want to go all the way up here. I'm going to run out of space. I'm going to go about right here. Click. Turn on F8 again just for a second. Click. Enter. And we're going to make this percent C space 0.38 space THRU. Enter. Enter again. Now we're going to copy CP. Enter. Copy the text by clicking on it. enter. Click on the text and drag down a little bit. Try to be consistent as you did before with the spacing. Click there, enter. Now type in DD edit, enter. Click on the text you want to enter or modify. Well, here we're going to type in SF, which means spot face, space, percent, C, space, 1.00, click, enter. Wow, we're almost done with this, believe it or not. We're going to try to get done by 9:40. I'm kind of running out of room a little bit here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to type in leader, enter. I'm going to type in near, enter, and I'm going to do this one next. Turn off F8. Come about right there. Keep the angles roughly about the same. Click. Hit F8. Turn it on the ortho. Click, enter. And this is going to be 5/16 -18 UNC -2B. Enter, enter again. Now I'm going to copy CP, enter, select the text, enter, indicate, click, drag down, click, enter. Now we need to edit this. DD edit, enter, click on the text, enter. And we're going to type this. This is a counter bore. Percent 0.75 space deep 0.25. Enter. Click anywhere on the screen. Now, see how I kind of got more space there? I want to move that. I typed in M because I want to move that. Click on what I want to move. Click, enter, click, and just drag it up a little bit. Right there. Up. I didn't want it to do that. The reason it did that for is I've got the F8 on. Turn F8 off. Now I can move it. Select, type in M, enter, select your text, enter, click somewhere near your text, and just move it. There you. Boy, it's making a liar out of me, isn't it? I think what here. Let's undo this. Let's do that again. Okay. What happened was I think I hit an enter. You, by the way, you can just double click on this. You don't have to type in DD edit. I was just showing you another way. This is going to be counter bore space percent C 0.75 DP 0.25. Click. Last time I entered, I should have clicked and then enter now, or hit the escape. Doesn't matter. All right, we left one hole. We're going to get this hole here. I'm going to bring it down this way. I'm going to put my dimensions in a different place this time. All right, watch what I'm going to do. I've only got like 16 minutes left. So I'm going to type in leader, enter. Type in near, enter. When you type in near, it's gonna snap to the nearest point of that cursor. Click. Turn off F8, hit F8, click, turn F8 back on just for a second to make it a straight line. Click, enter. Now we're going to make this percent C space 0.38 through enter again. That's the first part. Then we're going to copy, enter, click, drag, click, escape. Now I moved that down too far. So I should be able to undo that. Okay. Copy this. Copy, enter, click, drag down about right there, click, and then hit enter. Now you can just double click on this and it might be easier for you. And I'm gonna type in CSK, which stands for countersink, space, percent C, space, 0.75, space, times 82. Now, percent D gives you the degree. And then click on your screen. All right. We haven't done a save yet. Let's do it. Come over here where the letter A is. Do save as. We're going to type in OER 11 whole notations and layers. Whole notation and layers with AutoCAD. OER 11 whole notations and layers with AutoCAD. Say, I'm glad we saved it. We haven't saved this yet. Now we have. Well, let me show you something cool with layers. If I go back to home, look here. If I want to turn a layer off, look. Expand my layers. Look, if I turn the holes off, look, holes are gone. I want to turn the visible lines off. If I want to turn the dimensions off. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is we need to start putting some dimensions on here. So we're going to go to this tool right here. It says linear. Select linear and look, click here and here. And that's way too many decimal places. I'm okay with I'm okay with the size of the arrows. I'm okay with the size of the text, but way too many decimal places. So type in DD edit, enter. I'm sorry. It wasn't DD edit, it's DDim. DDim, type in DDim, enter. Go to modify, and we're going to go to primary units, and we're going to set it to 2 decimal places. Say okay, set current, close. Now, it automatically updated that one for me. All right, now, the other day I showed you chain dimensioning. Today I'm going to show you datum. It's a little bit different. Click here, look. Click here, here. I'm trying to keep the spacing consistent. This is more accurate when you machine this. I would prefer to have these dimensions in the top view, but since I have so many notes up there, it would be a headache trying to do that. Am I recording? Yes, I am recording. It's that your screen sharing is paused. I'm gonna stop the share just for a second and go back in. I'm not quite sure. We're recording still, yes. We're still recording. That was weird. Okay. All right, now I hope. All right, now we're gonna have to put some dimensions up here, at least a couple. So go to dimension, linear, click here, here, drag it out there. One more time. Here, here. All right. Now I'm gonna show you one more thing. I want you to copy CP, type in W for window, enter. Now watch. Click here and here. Enter, click, drag it down to about right here. Enter. Okay. Mr. Morris, why are you doing this? Because I'm going to show you how to create a section view here. What I want you to do now, I'm going to try to show you a short way. Type in change, enter, type in W for window, enter. Now watch. I'm going to window around all of this green here. It doesn't matter that you cross over the red as long as the red is not enclosed inside your window, and it's not. Okay, and I'm going to enter, type in P for property, and type in line type, and then type in the word continuous. Continuous. If I spelt it right. Enter, enter. Now, however, the center lines here, I want to leave the same. So we're going to change. Look, change. Click on this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, this line. Enter. Type in P for property, enter. Type in LT for line type, enter. And we're going to type in center. Enter, enter. It didn't like it. So what we can do, I'm going to show you a new command. Type in match PROP. Match PROP. Enter. Click on this line here, the center line here, and then come down here and click on all these. See how it's going to change it to the same center line. Or the same line type, rather. Enter. Enter again. Now, here's why I wanted you to do that. Oh. So what we're going to do now is we're going to type in the word BHATCH, 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 enter. And I want you to, oops, I'm sorry, hit escape because I was in match property still, I'm sorry. Hit escape a few times. Now type in BHATCH, I'm sorry. Now it says click internal points. Click, look, click, 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 click. Enter. What did I just do? These are called section lines. I'm gonna undo them. Watch. Type in BHATCH. Enter. Click internal points. Click, 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 not the holes. You don't want to fill in the holes. You just want to fill in the other areas. Enter. All right. There's one other thing I got to show you here. And we're going to type, you see this center line here? We can stretch this, look. We can stretch this all the way over to here, or even a little bit further. Stretch that one. Stretch this one some, almost to the point of connecting. Almost to the point of connecting. I'm going to show you a quick way now. I'm going to type in leader, and I'm going to click, click, enter, enter, and disappear. Try this again. Leader, click, come down, click, enter, enter, enter. And just click on the screen. I didn't really want to do that because it's not, I wanted to go perfectly vertical. I don't do these too often. So let me do this. I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Y'all didn't hear Mr. Moore say that. I'm gonna look here. I'm gonna copy this dimension right here. Don't let this bother you. I'm just going to make life a little easier for me. I'm going to explode this, enter. Now I'm going to erase what I don't want. It treats it all as one separate entity. Why did I do that? Because I want this arrow. Look, I'm going to move M, enter, window, enter, click, drag a window around it, click, enter, click on this point, come over here, and we're going to click right there. Now, I need one more over here. So, click on this dimension and see if we can't move it right there. All right, now I'm going to see if I can't move this back this way some. Good. Now I'm going to click here. I'm going to copy, look, copy CP, this arrow, and I'm going to click here and look. Now, what those two arrows mean, that there is our cutting plane line. Now I have to put a text here. Look, text, single line, click, enter, enter, and type in the letter A. And I'm going to move that. I'm going to move that letter A a little bit. And now I'm going to copy that letter A, copy. Now I got my dimension overlapping that letter. I can click on the dimension. I can move it inward some more. No. Let's see, maybe I can stretch. Just type in the word stretch, enter, and we want to stretch this. Enter. Come over this way a little bit with it. Oh, I want to move my letter. Type in the M, enter, move this over some. This is going to give me a fit here. Hang on. All right. I'm going to go to line, and I'm just going to connect these two lines here. All right, that's section AA. And what you can do down here is you come down here. I'm going to borrow this text. Watch, I'm going to copy this text right here. Turn off my F8. Mr. Morris, why are you copying that text? Because I want my text to be the same height. And I'm going to type in this. I'm going to type in section A dash A. By the way, if you put a percent U in front of it, well, it's supposed to do it. Let me try that again. Well, it's not, it should put it should underline if it's not liking it. So then I'll just do it the old fashioned way, is I'll just draw a line. I've never had that much trouble trying to draw a line before. It's wanting to snap to the text. All right. Now we got to print this out. We got to save it again. By the way, there's a quick save. Type in QSAVE is a quick save. QSAVE is a quick save. We're going to plot. Type in the word plot, P-L-O-T, enter. Go to name and select AutoCAD PDF. Come down here, size A is fine. We don't want to copy display, we want to do a window. Now watch, I'm going to window around all of this, look. Window around all of that. Center the plot, preview, and there you go. There's our drawing. I'm going to enter and select OK. And save it to wherever, downloads or wherever you can get to it. I was going to try to save it to downloads, but there we go. Save. All right. Let me go back into that. Something looks really weird about that. Stop. Go back to AutoCAD. By the way, what I'm going to do here, just so that it prints out nicely, I'm going to go back to all of these layers, and I'm going to change them to white. Why are you doing that for, Mr. Morse? Because I don't like the way it's printing out. Now it's all white. Watch this. Plot, enter. We've got to go select our plotter, which is going to be AutoCAD PDF. And then we want to display window, click, drag a window around all your geometry, click, center the plot, preview, and now I can see it. Enter, select okie dokie, and save. And yes, I do. I don't know why it's not coming out. It should come out though. That is very odd. Does anybody else's look like this? Where it's all white? Huh? You can't preview yours? Plot. Let's try this again. Plot. I'm going to select a different PDF thing. I'm going to select AutoCAD high quality. Window. That's really different. You can't even do a preview and see it? Have you windowed around it? I'm gonna plot this because I don't understand why it's not. That is weird. All right, do me this favor then. Save it as a DW. Just save it as a DWG. All you have to do is save it as a DWG is to save it. Do not, it's not letting me do a PDF for some reason. And we got to figure out why. You could type in plot. And I'm going to type in the plotter for this room. Look, I'm going to type in the plotter for this room. Go to letter, go to window, click, send it a plot, preview. I'm going to print it this printer and see what happens. So what you need to submit is a DWG. I'm not sure why it's doing this. Yeah, it came out blank. So do me a favor. It's very important. You want to do a file, save as a DWG. I can open up your it's a pain, but I can open it up just the same. So save it as a DW, which it is. Save it as a DWG, and I can open it up in AutoCAD and look at your drawing. I don't know why it's not plot. It's very frustrating that it's not plotting a PDF. I wonder if my layers. Oh. Well, if you make it black, you won't see it either. It has to be white. See what happens when you make it black? You can't see that, save your life. Let's see. Visible lines. Plot. And we're gonna do this. Window. Change the plot. That's why I want to do the, okay. I'm gonna have to go with this. Or do a DWG. Just submit it as a DWG file. Just say, which is your AutoCAD file, okay? I'll be able to pull it up. Okay, we had to do a lot today. You did good. How many of y'all stayed up with me pretty much? Okay, that's good. I'm gonna create a place. This video will be posted later, and I will create a place for you to submit this. I don't know why we're having trouble with the plot PDF. I've never had this trouble before, but just keep in mind, if you send it to me as a DWG, I'll be able to open it. All right, so I'm going to stop the share here and say goodbye. So take care. I'm going to stop the recording and talk to you good folks later.